MASN's coverage of the 2023 winter meetings is brought to you by your Baltimore area Toyota dealers. For legendary safety and reliability, choose Toyota, and let's go places.
Well, I thought our guys gained incredible, valuable experience last year. A lot of things we did for the first time were obviously we made the postseason, but playing with a lead late in the season, being able to hold on to a lead, winning over 100 games, and winning our division. It's a big deal for me. Us, it's now taking that next step and be able to advance in postseason. I think our guys are going to come in really, really hungry. Just talking to some of them briefly throughout this offseason so far, our guys are going to be really driven this year. And that was a great experience for us last year, but we want to go further. Yeah. No, I mean there's it hasn't eased for me. I think that there's a lot of disappointment, and I'm really proud of our season. I don't want to take that for granted. It's to win our division, to win over 100 games, to have the individual performances and team performances that we had. It says a lot about our roster and our guys and how we have some really good players. But you do that and then you fall short like we did. That it takes a while to go away, and so it hasn't gone away from me yet. I just think it's gaining more and more experience. I think Adley, he's already one of the premier catchers in the game. What he can do offensively and defensively, it's incredibly special. And now it's just continuing to pile up at bats, more innings behind the plate. Stay on the same path he's on right now. With Gunnar, I mean Gunnar's so young, and when Rookie of the Year, the league is very aware how dangerous he is at the plate, but also the athleticism he shows on defense, the way he played two positions at a high level. They're just got to stay on the path that they're on, and they're so driven. These guys are incredible makeup guys, that they're extremely hardworking, and they're gonna. I know that they're itching to get better every day.
Are you confident that John is going to come be good health and that he's ready for a full season?
Yeah, I think it's. I think that if we would have had another few weeks or a month, I think John would have been fine. It was just an unfortunate. He got sore there in that last start before the postseason.
Like you said, you guys were in that position. Would you like to add a guy with closing experience and maybe take on that role this year?
Yeah, I think that would losing Felix is a big loss for us, and it was such an important part of our team, and I thought we managed it extremely well. The way our guys picked up the pieces for him the last month of the season, I thought our guys threw outstanding out of the bullpen. But also, you want to have more depth, and to get more talented down in the bullpen would be great. So I think a veteran presence would definitely be helpful.
Brandon, can Meads give you a full season? Could he go 150 after what happened last year?
We'll see. I mean, missing a full year and a half, but the way he came back and was throwing the ball, those first 3 or 4 starts, it looked like 2019 John Means again. So I don't know how you ever know how somebody's going to bounce back off of an injury, but he was really good, and I expect him to be healthy and ready to have a good full season.
I know the roster can change, but right now, what are the visions for Jordan Westburg? Do you see him getting more regular at bats that could be mainly second, or just going second, third, like Gunnar goes third and fourth?
Well, that's one thing that we have is so much versatility with so many of our guys that I think that we'll wait to see how this offseason plays out, what our roster looks like in spring training, and then it's nice to have so many movable pieces and talented guys at that the way he can play third base, he can play second base, he can play short if you need it. But we have quite a few guys like that, so I think it's going to be a mix and match. If the season started tomorrow, I think that he'd be moving back and forth between two positions, but we'll see where we are in April.
Mike told us yesterday that Mark is a competitor. He's not going to force anything. That isn't a good deal for the organization. It makes sense roster-wise. If this offseason comes and goes, and there aren't any significant additions, do you feel like you guys still have what it takes to compete as division champions?
I do. I think we're really talented. And I think our guys are going to continue to get better. I think we have 2 young starters that, they're only going to get better. With Kyle and Grayson, and Dean really established himself as a really good major league starter last year. Tyler Wells was arguably our best starter in the first half last year, and it was lights out of the bullpen for us late in the year. So I'm excited about the talent we have on the mound, and we're really, really athletic position player wise. And so if we started tomorrow with what we have right now, I'd be more than happy with.
With Frazier and Hicks, likely gone in free agency, do you think you guys need to replace them with a veteran, or are the young, or are you comfortable not having, veterans among positions?
I think in a perfect world, you would like to have some veteran presence, but our guys are starting to turn into some veteran presence now, and these guys that now are in their 5th and 6th year, they've had a lot of experiences now, highs and lows, losing team to a 100-win team. So we're not as young as we used to be with some of our core guys, which is weird to say, but some of our guys are turning into good veteran guys, and they've been led well too these last couple of years with some of the quality guys that we've brought in here.
Brandon, when you have such a great season and end so quickly, how do you view those 3 games with Texas? Do you try to take something from that series that you need to improve on, or do you just say, it's bad?
No, I think it was a bad few days. I was a little. I think we weren't playing, from my opinion, we weren't playing our best baseball the couple weeks going into the postseason. Then we had that long layoff, and it just didn't. We lost that close game in the first, and then we were out of the game kind of early in the next 2, and we got beat by the World Series champion team that was playing extremely well. They went to Tampa before us and beat them handily for 2 games, and then played really well in our series and continued to play well the next couple of weeks. So. I think it was for our guys to experience that atmosphere. I think that's going to be great going forward. But I don't look at it as a whole lot of positives, honestly, because it just doesn't sit well with how it ended.
Yeah, just be like, anything, obviously, hard to think any positives for the 3 games, but like things that you think you need to improve as a team because of what you saw.
No, I think it's just postseason experience a little bit, That's all I take out of that.
Look around the AL East, and you guys won the division, but every team is really good, and they're all tooling this offseason. It's not going to. They're not just going to hand you another division title.
That's for sure. Yeah, no, that's one thing about our division is there's going to be 4 other teams always that have World Series expectations, and so that's who you're competing with year in, year out. Now there's 5 teams, so that feels good to be a part of the group. And now coming off winning the division, those other teams are going to come in. They're going to get better this offseason, and we got to play good baseball next year.
You're going into your 6th year, and I know you like to say, well, I have much better players than I did in 2019 and 2020. But do you feel like you're a better manager than you were? What have you learned in that time?
Well, I think like a player, I think experiences help, and going through. I think this is going to be my 12th or 13th year in the big leagues and 6th year managing, and I think paying attention nightly and just trying to get better every single year, really every day, analyzing myself and decisions I've made and talking it over with people. I think you just continue to improve. You're trying to improve always, and so I'm sure I've grown a lot in 6 years. Hopefully, continue to grow.
Brandon, traditionally player development, bringing up even a top prospect, you want him to graduate or get a handful of games. Jackson's got just 20. We all know the level of talent
Right.
we're talking about. But did your player development experience tell you there are exceptions to that rule, and the Orioles may be ready to find out if he's one of them?
Well, I've never seen a kid that young go that fast. I mean, have that much success this fast, and especially at a high level like AAA for 19. I mean, I had Stanton in AA at 19, then he repeated and went to AA again at 20, and then came up to the big leagues at about the halfway point at 20. But Jackson, the numbers he's put up throughout his short minor league career are, especially for his age, is really incredible. So I think we're going to give him every look, as much looks as possible in spring training. Give him every opportunity. We obviously really believe in his talent. He's going to have a huge future and a great career. And whether it's going to be breaking with us or not, I can't answer that right now. But we're going to give him opportunity.
You generally err on the side of caution and say, if you need, why not give him another 30 or 40 games? But then sometimes there might be a kid who says, I'm ready.
Yeah, I think you never, when you're making those decisions, it's never 100% that you're making. You're not fully confident that you're making the right choice. You think you're putting it. You're looking at a lot of things, whether it's makeup. Is he ready physically? Is he ready mentally to handle the major league life? I think with Jackson's case, there's growing up in a major league clubhouse has obviously been a huge help for him, and he's not going to be overwhelmed from what playing in the big leagues is like, because he's been in that environment before, and that's a big deal. But the major leagues is a lot different than the minor leagues, and the major leagues is a lot different than AAA. And so whether we feel like he's ready to handle that or not, we'll see.
This past season, you mixed and matched your infield a lot. You talked about the value that brought to the club. The organization tendered contracts to Holliday and Ramon, and got a bunch of top prospects at AAA. Do you expect that to be the case in terms of mixing and matching your infield? Maybe not having a set guy at each slot every day. Do you expect that to be the case next year moving forward?
I think we'll wait and see what our roster looks like in spring training. I don't know that for sure. I think if the season started tomorrow, I would probably be doing the same thing I did toward the end of the season last year with matching up guys the best way I can. But we'll see what the roster looks like.
And then when it comes to trades, how do you view
False start. Rock did his normal.
when it comes to trades, how do you view, there's always talk about the offseason of trades and this farm system and how many top prospects there are. Some of them you've seen and come up. For you, when you've seen these players and you've seen them develop, maybe you've seen them in training and you've seen them play, is it hard for you to sometimes say, okay, we're getting a guy that maybe I'll like, but or also losing some guys that I like? How do you view that stuff where you're losing players that you like, but you're getting somebody new?
Well, I think that you got to balance winning and development. With right now, we're trying to win, and so I like a lot of our players, but if whoever's going to help us win the most, for me, that's the deciding factor right now. We're in win mode, and if we feel like a certain player is going to help us win more than the other, then that's the decisions we make.